Guys, why is Megan Fox voicing Toy Chica in the FNAF 2 movie? Like, the other two make a lot of sense. Kellen Goff as Toy Freddy, that just makes sense, right? Because he plays Freddy. He played Glamrock Freddy, he played Funtime Freddy, he played Fred Bear. He's Freddy. Matt Pat makes sense from Toy Bonnie because he's just a FNAF, he's like a FNAF guy, right? But then Megan Fox as Toy Chica, I don't, like, it's weird, because, like, you have two not very well-known names, right? And then you just have Megan Fox, like, what? Like, what? How did that happen? How did they get her to agree to be in the FNAF 2 movie? Like, did most of the budget for the movie go to her, for her to voice Toy Chica? Like, I don't know, man. Guys, what do you think the Shadow animatronics are? Right? Okay, personally, I've been thinking about it a little bit more, and I think I have a pretty decent answer, right? And this also goes with what Nightmare Fredbear are and what Nightmare are, right? So, first, Shadow Freddy, right? I think it's Dave's agony, right? I think he's a separate entity from Golden Freddy and Dave. Like, I think he is Dave's agony, right? And so, like, you know, in FNAF 4, you have Fredbear, right? And I think Fredbear is Dave. And then or Nightmare Fredbear. And then I think that Nightmare is, in the files, he's called Shadow Freddy, which, like, that could not mean anything, but it could also mean something. So, like, I think Nightmare Fredbear, or Nightmare is Shadow Freddy and also Dave's agony, right? You know, obviously, you're playing as Michael in FNAF 4. I think it's a dream. I think the actual gameplay of FNAF 4 is a dream. Right, I don't want to get into all of this right now, but, like, FNAF 4 is Michael's dream, right? But then Shadow Bonnie, they feel like separate, like, things, but, you know, my answer right now, probably some kind of, like, agony thing from the MCI, right? For the agony from the MCI victims. You know, and that's why it takes the form of, like, you know, Bonnie. They saw, you know, the yellow rabbit in the shadows or whatever, something like that. And so that's my thought. I really do think that they're both just, like, agony creatures. And I feel like that's also just, like, the community consensus, right? So, like, I don't know, if you guys have, you know, different theories on what they are, please let me know in the comments. Guys, I have a new Midnight Modorists theory, and, like, what I think it means. What I think it was supposed to show us was that Shadow Freddy was working with William at the time of the MCI, right? Because, like, you know, when you, like, you know, you see animatronic footprints outside of the house, outside of the kid's room, like, and, like, you know, you're like my thought is, like, you know, like, oh, like, it obviously can't be William, right? Because, like, you know, he'd get killed because spring locks just don't work well with the rain. And so what I think we should have thought was, like, oh, what other character, like, leads people out of their homes in the games, at least, or, like, leads people's places? Shadow Freddy, because Shadow Freddy does that exact thing to the animatronics in FNAF 3, right? Like, and, oh, like, I just realized this just now. Henry says something like, oh, he led them there again, or something like that. Like, he could be referring to William using Shadow Freddy. Like, dude. So, like, yeah, in my opinion, that's what it was supposed to be showing us, was that Shadow Freddy was working with William at the time of the MCI, right? I think that just makes sense. I don't really agree with the theory that it is supposed to be William Afton. I don't think, like, I just don't think that's true. Right, because if you look at the other two minigames, you know, you have Charlie dying, and then it shows Susie dying. So why would Midnight Modorists then be about the Afton household or whatever? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, that's my explanation. If you guys have like a different explanation for what it is, you know, let me know in the comments. Guys, Ennard was done dirty, bro. Honestly, like, we had such a cool villain, in my opinion, that, like, in my opinion, he should have just been in FNAF 6, right? It shouldn't have been Molten Freddy and Scrapbaby. It should have just been Ennard, and then, like, the fourth character could have been, like, Golden Freddy or something like that. But, like, yeah, like, you know, you had Ennard in FNAF City Location, and he was such a cool character too, right? Such an awesome design, in my opinion. Maybe even better than Springtrap, right? And just, like, he just, like, yeah, like, I wish that he had more screen time, and that he wasn't just relegated to the secret night in Scissor Location. Guys, Vanny was done so dirty. Like, she might have been the FNAF character, in my opinion, out of all the games, who was done the dirtiest, bro. Like, in my opinion, her whole, like, the whole concept of Vanny was so cool, dude. And now, like, you know, like, having, like, you know, like, this person, you know, be infected by, like, the glitch trap virus or whatever, and, like, reluctantly doing glitch trap's bidding. And, like, dude, she was just wasted in Security Breach. And, like, I think she probably had a much more, like, a much better vision in Scott's head, but Scott didn't tell Steel Wool what to do, bro. It's crazy. And, like, seriously, and here's the thing, I'm, like, 99% sure she never actually killed anybody. Right? Because the only time that we see, you know, missing people is on a newspaper in an ending that isn't canon, right? And so, like, yeah, I really think that Vanny was just done dirty. And, like, yeah, I just wish that they did more with her character and more with her period. So, yeah. Guys, I am so excited for Popgoes Evergreen. Like, just everything about that game just seems like such a big improvement from what the original game was, right? And I'm just so excited for the full game to come out, and just seriously, like, I really like, you know, I think they're called the false animatronics, like, you know, the toy animatronics, like, that, you know what I'm talking about. And also, like, Popgoes Arcade and My Popgoes, those are two really, really good games, right? I really like Popgoes Arcade, right, 2020 edition or whatever. I think that game was amazing. My Popgoes was also pretty good. Like, I'm just so excited. Everything about Popgoes Evergreen just looks so good, and I just cannot wait to see the full product whenever it's coming out. Guys, I am really, really excited for FNAF Blood and Gears. Just, like, you know, the demo is pretty cool, and, like, I cannot wait for that, like, the whole, like, first night demo to come out this year. Like, that is just, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so good. And just, I love the whole just, like, FNAF remake craze from, like, fan games. Like, there's so many good ones, like, you know, Graveyard Shift of Freddy's, Banshee, one that's coming out is, I think, Welcome to Freddy's. That looks really, really good. Just, like, and, like, I think that people should make more of those types of games where it's just, like, a remake of an older FNAF game, you know, like FNAF 1 through 6, right? Like, FNAF 2, I feel like would be really cool. I personally, out of those first 6 games, FNAF 2 is probably my personal favorite, honestly. Like, I just, yeah. Like, or FNAF 1. So, like, yeah, I really hope that, like, you know, like, I really hope that we get more FNAF remake games in the future from, like, you know, fan game developers.